Alex, can you?
Okay, how much cost? What you should say is how much do groceries cost in Manchester? So how much do groceries cost in Manchester?
Well, how much do groceries cost? Это ваша русская, вот это вот Russian, grammar structure, like it needs for my work. Remember, it's the same thing, I need it for my work, how much do groceries cost in Manchester?
Okay, groceries in Manchester, bread, milk, are cheap, are cheap, yes. So most groceries are cheap, but if you start eating meat and vegetables, it gets very expensive. So meat, vegetables are expensive. Bread, milk, flour, rice is cheap. It's almost the same price as Grodno. Grodno is slightly cheaper, but we're not very much more expensive. It's where you buy expensive things, alcohol, fruit, vegetables, things like that. It gets expensive because we don't grow much vegetables here. We import all the vegetables, and it's expensive. So
and Alex, what's the difference between prices in London, for example, and Manchester?
Okay.
I mean, for groceries, the same. Not for...
Groceries are slightly more expensive in London because to deliver groceries in London is very difficult because it's a big city, but there's no parking, so they deliver groceries at night, and it's slightly more expensive generally. Also, the shops are more expensive to rent, so you pay a little bit more for groceries in London than you do in Manchester, but you earn more in London than you earn in Manchester. So yeah, it does even itself out. If I go to London, it's expensive for me because I don't earn as much money. Okay.
Yeah, but actually, if you had, a choice, well, if you had different options, to choose, the city to live in. So we actually can ask Alex why he chose Manchester, or why did he choose choose Manchester? Interesting, yeah. Like I would choose. Я бы выбрал. I would choose Liverpool. Yeah. So I know Liverpool. I think better than Grodno, because do you know when did Vitaly last visit the city center in Grodno? Just who can answer this simple question, When did I visit the city center for the last time, huh? Guess. Just guess, come on.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, no.
Yeah.
3 months ago?
I think before my trip to Edinburgh. I think it was probably...
Year and a half.
No. It was October, the end of October last year. I drive to work, so from Vishnevets, Budionova, just one way, and sometimes, I can stroll. Walk in Rumlova. That's it, So I'm a very boring person, I'm a nerd, I'm a drag, So I'm a real drag, I'm a drag. I'm a nerd. Зануда я. Я скучный, со мной скучно. What? But in Liverpool, I walk a lot, everywhere. Like I get around Liverpool on foot, like tick, 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 or double decker, Buses in Liverpool, buses. Bus, I catch a bus, Bus, Alex, bus, okay? Bus.
Bus. Yeah.
Bus. Yeah.
Bus. A house is a house.
I have fun on the bus, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, people, why? So, let's ask Alex. Why did he choose Manchester? Alex, why?
Okay. I didn't choose Manchester. My wife's brother lived in Manchester, and he said, "Come and live with me till you get a job." So we came. We lived with him for a while. We got a job, and we stayed. So that's how I got to Manchester. I wanted to live in London, but I had an opportunity in Manchester, and I've just stayed in Manchester. And it's okay in Manchester. Yes, it's good.
Alex, I have a question.
Okay.
Say me, please, why vegetables in Manchester are cost very much? Yes, maybe very bad climate for growing vegetables.
Okay, very good question. Vegetables in Manchester.
Sorry, Alex. Can you fix the question, correct the question?
Okay, the question, why are vegetables expensive in Manchester?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, so vegetables in England in general are expensive because we don't grow any vegetables here. We grow very small amount of vegetables here. Maybe we grow potatoes, kartoshka, a few, and that's all. The rest we import from all over the world. So we get oranges from Spain, and they come by aeroplane, and they're very expensive.
The logistics is the same. It's very hard, maybe. The logistics is very hard because it's all for vegetables to provide the transport, for example, train, drivers, ship.
Yes, it's very expensive just because of the transport of the vegetables. Yes, because we don't grow any vegetables here. We grow very few vegetables here. We have farms, but nobody actually works a farm in Belarus. You see, all the farms they used, all the fields have got vegetables growing. In England, ask Vitaly, it's just grass. They just got grass, and there's no vegetables. We buy our vegetables.
Lots of hills, grass, a few trees, or bushes, and in Scotland, oh, beautiful Scotland, hills. I dig Scotland. I dig it, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I dig Scotland.
Dig it, mate. Yeah, dig it. Come on and dig it. Yeah, I dig it, mate. No, man, I dig it, man. That's I dig it, man. Yeah, all right. Well, man, I like it. I like it. I like you. I love you.
Okay, our vegetables. If you go to Corona supermarket in Grodno, and you get the vegetables, you get expensive vegetables there. Our vegetables are like that. They're quite expensive. So our cheap vegetables are what you pay in Corona, so we are vegetables here are expensive. And meat is also quite expensive here.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, but in England, as far as I know, if you wanna lead, a very healthy life, and buy healthy products, like organic products, organic eggs, they are very expensive,